Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Alpha Protocol. Today we're going to intercept the assassination plans, but first I'm going to remember to buy those skill upgrades. Our pistol upgrade gives us plus 3 damage, and our martial arts upgrade gives us plus 10 damage. It sounds like a big improvement, but you're still looking at only 30 damage against an enemy who probably has 100 health. Now then, we've got some intel to purchase. Come on, intel. Go to the intel tab. There you go. We've got our dossier info on the Chinese secret police. We're also having the option to hire G22 to help us out. So let's do that. And we can hire Stephen Heck to help us out. Well, we gotta do that. So lots of faction help here that may not be available depending on how you treat the other people in Taiwan. We're also going to buy a couple EMPs because everyone voted that they wanted me to do this mission in my civvies, which means I won't have any armor upgrade slots for that printed circuitry upgrade to make the hacking easier. So it'll be nice to be able to skip them, as much as possible anyway. And speaking of dressing in my civvies, there we are, putting them on. The main advantage that it gives is the 5 sound dampening, but our stealth armor at this point already has the 5 sound dampening, so there's not really any upgrade. Now we're going to equip the radio mimic because we're not going to use explosive grenades anyway. And we'll check the news briefly.
Coalition forces.
They're still talking about the Middle East. How much stuff have we done in Taiwan still that they're talking about the Middle East? Now we're going to find out really quick why everybody wanted me to do this in my civvies. I keep wanting to say skivvies, and that's completely wrong.
Mike, Bobula, what's the shakes? Any more antics on the horizon? Bad guys need thwomping, liberty need protecting, adorable aliens need rescuing from sinister government labs.
Steven, you should know I'll be conducting an operation tonight at the Xingmei subway station. I'll try to keep it discreet, but there's a chance it could get violent.
Hey, that's great, Mike. Only don't spoil your fun on my account. You feel the need to get elbow deep in some poor sap's chitlins, you go right ahead.
I'll keep that in mind, thanks.
Hey, you want to borrow my lucky cigar clippers? They're lucky.
Thanks, but I think I'll be okay on my own.
Suit yourself.
Right. Well, anyways, I thought you should know, since Taipei is sort of your turf and all.
I appreciate that, Mike. You've always been a stand-up guy, you know that? Not like when. No, sir. Not like when at all.
You know, there could be a lot of bad guys down there. If you wanted to help me take them out, well, I wouldn't say no.
Really? You mean it? Oh, Mike, you don't know how much that means to me.
So you'll do it?
Will I do it? Damn right I will. You just go do your thing. I think you're gonna like the surprise I got cooked up.
Why do I get the feeling you've planned this?
Because I have, Mike.
Right. Okay then, see you down
You
there.
betcha.
I'm not seeing anything. Are you sure we've got the right place?
Everything we have points to here and now, Mike. Hold on. I've got a signal. It's on the move, about 500 meters west of your current position.
What the hell's it doing over there?
They must have moved the drop.
Mina? Mina!
Portable radio jammer. Very useful. Trying to blend in with the locals, Agent Thornton? Good fieldcraft.
How do you know who I am?
You're new to the game, but I have my sources. Even in a crowd, I can find you.
Omen Deng, I think you and I have business to settle.
Agreed. But it would be on my agenda. I have things to take care of. Tasks I cannot allow you to interrupt. There is a maintenance door over there. Go inside.
Whatever you say. You're the guy in charge here, Deng.
I'm glad you see reason in this.
So, what now?
I'm not going to kill you. Eventually your body will be found and will spark a police investigation. That is attention I would prefer not to draw. You'll be staying put right here.
Mike, come in. Can you hear me?
Sorry about that, got interrupted.
What happened?
I just met the legendary Omen Deng, who locked me in a maintenance tunnel.
I'm not going to ask. I see you. The package is still in play. It's on the move, at the next platform over.
I'm on it.
Hurry, Mike. There's no telling how much time we have.
Where is he? Deng said the dog was here.
I've got company. So much for Deng's word.
I don't know. Stay here. I'll take a look down the hall.
Well, that was a lot of chit-chat. But we finally met Omen Deng, and he's dressed kind of like a... Well, it reminds me of a Navy captain with a cape on, but that's just me. Dressed rather ostentatious for a secret agent. Anyway, this section's kind of a pain. You may have noticed the cut earlier, because I wanted to just go straight into the successful run and leave out the failures. As you saw, the evasion trigger went off, even though people were a fair distance away from me. The enemies can actually see through that grate on the floor, so if you just hang out underneath them, they can spot you. And there are the guards patrolling back there, so you have to wait for this guard here to go around the corner before you take him out. And you may have noticed during our conversation with Omen Deng that he commented on what we were wearing and called it good fieldcraft. He also said we were new to the game. That's a reference to us being a recruit run. It's a nice little Easter egg. He does make other comments depending on what else you're wearing, though. So I guess the goons in the thread just really wanted that external validation from the video game character. It's going to cause a little problem later on, but you'll see that for yourselves. Most of this mission is based around stealth. There was another cut there, because we had more failures. This is a...
Get out! He's somewhere in these tunnels.
Trains are pretty loud here. Might come in handy if I need to take a shot.
This is a difficult section, because as you can see, the enemies are already on yellow alert. And there's about 3 stairway levels here that enemies are on. And it's a pretty open pit here, so it's easy to get spotted by someone on the next level up. He just saw the body we shot there, so we'll get him after he comes down the ladder here. You may be tempted to try to climb up that ladder and take him down before he gets down here, but that's generally a pain. So the best thing to do is if you can line up the shots and have a high enough pistol skill to get the crit range that far, just take everybody out before you even start climbing. And we're going to do a little hunt around for prizes, but there aren't any. Well, there's one over there, but we would have gone that way anyway. It's next to the radio box you saw there for enemies to sound the alarm. And that's a suspicious puddle there, but I think it's just oil or some sort of mechanical fluid. And once we get up to the 3rd level, it spawns 2 more enemies outside, and they pretty quickly walk their way towards the door. Once again, they're already on yellow alert. Once again, thank goodness for evasion. And the best way to take this guy out is just chain shot, because he will just race right toward you. Obviously, these strategies I'm using are highly dependent on having a good pistol and stealth skill. So,
Agent Thornton, I've been assigned to monitor this area. I'll remain in contact and pass on what intel I can.
Great, my own personal robot tour guide.
yeah, the G22 help is this voiceover guy right here. And honestly, he's not that much help.
Damn, there's no way to get down to the tracks.
Keep pressing forward. The tunnels will lead you to the station, one way or another.
Now, I could just shoot that guy right there, but he's got the extra endurance bar, and I'm not sure that a one shot will take him down, even with that +3 damage we got. So I played it safe and just did a chain shot. Nothing to do here but go through the door. But at least there's a free prize on the way.
Agent Thornton, there's a series of pipes running below the catwalks. You may be able to use them to avoid the patrols.
That little tidbit there was the only thing we'll get from the G22 agent. He points out a path we can already take. And it's really not even that good of a path, because it's still dependent on avoiding all these guards rather than taking them out. And one errant turn of the head and they've spotted you and you're screwed. And for some reason the railway handrail, I should say, did not want to let me shoot that guy. There's a place where you can drop down there. I wouldn't recommend it. After taking out that one guard by the door, there's just the two here along this route, and the guy downstairs won't be able to see you unless you actively go after him or drop down. So it's just a matter of waiting for this guy. And once again, that handrail gets in the way for some reason. There we go. Now it's just a waiting game. You can either wait for him to turn around and then walk right on past, or you can wait for him to turn around and then shoot him in the head. Or you can wait for him to turn around, go down the stairs, and judo chop him, or whatever else you want to do. But I like shooting people, so I'm going to shoot him in the head. Here's another place where we can get down to the floor. This would be using a zip line. And if you're really good on the timing, you can zip line right into this guy as he's stopped in his patrol facing away there. But why bother? We might as well stay on the top because there's a door here. And there are in fact two doors here. And one of them has prizes in it, and we wouldn't want to skip that, would we? No, we wouldn't. Once again, the lockpicking game is probably the easiest, so even though it looks like I don't have much time, I have no need to waste an EMP on that. And look at all these prizes. 2 prizes.